I'm Earth. Heart Showcase. Real stories. Open hearts. Honest dialogue.
And then from an honest perspective, first thing I would say is, okay, it's all right to be upset. Take that little time, be upset, whatever your methods are for releasing negative energy, do that.
Yeah.
But then get a plan of action for moving forward.
Yeah.
So, okay, do you need to ground yourself in confronting that person that has hurt or hardened your heart? What do you need to do to move forward? And that's the first thing, because same thing, if you get in the car and you have a destination, how do you plan to execute driving that car? Now, you can sit there and say this, that, or the other, but the main thing is get over what you need to get over, process it, and move forward so that way you can be a better person at solving what it is that's bothering. Because if not, then, if it sits here long enough, what's the difference between your feelings and a rock?
There we go. And all of what you said, that relates to this concept I frequently refer to. You have to do the inner work. But you said address it, allow yourself to process those feelings. Don't deny that. But you gotta do the inner. There's a lot of times we want to just sweep it under the rug. And look, my good friend Chrislyn, who's one of the speakers, she says, if you don't, you're either gonna get on the front end or the back end. So as much as you sweeping, at some point it's going to...
It piles up.
Yeah.
And does it pile up in the front, the middle, or the end?
Yeah.
But the thing of it is, if you don't dispose of it, then it stays with you.
Yeah.
When I think about the word hurt on my journey as a woman, I would definitely say being authentic to who I am, no matter what. Also authentic to my creator in the journeys that I am on. Putting on those blinders, not looking at what other people have going on, but looking at my purpose and my passion and what's important to me, what fills my cup, what brings me joy. That has been my greatest joy when I think about the word heart and being resilient, being creative, letting that passion show in everything that I do. Also, my heart has been my compass. I get quiet, I meditate, I listen to what my inner voice is telling me to do. Also, as a woman, it's not defined by our circumstance, but how deeply we lead with love, lead with faith, and lead with hope.
Well, back then, when I didn't know or understand any better, I was angry, bitter, frustrated, just lashed out, especially at the person who caused this. But now that I have that just fruits of the Spirit from God, I have to always remember He forgave us for things a billion times worse than what anybody else could have did to us. So I have to forgive. And now that I know better and forgive, it's just, I love the feeling of forgiving. Because
it's so liberating, because it's really for you. When you forgive others.
Yes, when you forgive others, I don't think about it anymore. When I see you, I can love on you. I don't have that animosity in my heart. I love the way it makes you feel when you forgive somebody. And there's people who I have forgiven, and when I see them again, it's like it never happened. And I do understand. I know if I still feel kind of funny towards somebody, I haven't really forgiven them like I want to. So then I have to go to God and say, God, I don't think I forgave them, because I still feel a little animosity when I see them. But so I know that's when I have to work on it some more. But the people who I have forgiven, man, it's just been so peaceful, so peaceful. When you forgive somebody, you don't, whether you know it or not, God takes all that hurt and anger away. And when you forgive, it goes away. It just goes away.
When you think about the word heart, what does it mean to you in the context of your journey as being a woman? So when I think about the word heart and what it means to me in my journey as a woman is love, life, birth, joy, creation. Yeah. Because as a mother, those are the things that I try to instill into my children. Love, joy, the opportunity to just be themselves, be creative. And when I think about heart, that's what I think about. Life, birth, love, joy.
I'm coming up on 32 years of marriage. And I'll say my heart has been tested. But a scripture I hold on to is Psalms 27. It says, I would have fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. So I held to the promise that no matter what my desires were, that God loved me enough that it would be good in this land.
How have I kept my heart soft, protected, and whole during my life? I think I chose isolation, right? I think I chose solitude, right? With myself, being by myself, some time to heal. I think a lot of people, what they do is they go from one person to the next, or they go to one situation to the next without healing. So I give myself time. I give myself grace. That's really what helped me. During my life, I had some highs and lows, and how I stay grounded, I stay true to myself, right? I listen to my inner voice, right? And I know who I am and whose I am. You know, I don't let the ego overshadow me, right? If I don't get something, that means I don't supposed to have it, right? And if I get something, that means I'm blessed with it. During my highs and lows, that what keeps me leveled, right? To be grateful.
I had been married 10 years before I got pregnant with Dorian. And I was just so afraid something was going to happen to him, you know, like after 10 years. And then I got pregnant. And then I was just like, I don't want anything to happen to me. And my mom said to me, just leave it in the Lord's hands. You're going to be okay. And the baby's going to be okay. And I'm here, you know. So my whole life, even as a youngster growing up, going to school, working, my life has always been pleasant. And I think it's because the Lord was in my life all the time.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and know he shall direct your path. Yeah.